Hello there, how are you doing? This is Dan, and today let's just talk about the top, the double bottom over there. How do you trend them? What do you just check before you actually even enter into the market? So that is the first thing that you just have to consider over there. It's just something that is very amazing over here. So make sure that you watch this video until the end. Subscribe down one over there if this is your first time to just do that. And let's just check on this, because sometimes you can identify the trend lines, you can identify the double tops over there, and maybe it's just going to give you some indicator to know where you are just going to enter into the market. I'm just going to give you at least a summary of that, and then we're just going to be going to the real market over there to just see that. Sometimes when you talk about the double top over here, we have seen something like this one. You see, this is not perfect. Let me just draw something good over here. So let me show you how you can expect the maybe the double top, double bottom to be forming. For example, when we just have double top over here, we are just going to be having the market moving this way, and it will just form something like M. Okay, so these two are, this is what we call double DT. Okay, and over here, when the market actually just moves something like this, let me just show you here. When the market forms W here like this, so whatever is just formed down one over here, this is what we call DB. Okay, double bottom. So the bottom is actually formed downward over here, and the reason they are called double is because they are two. Okay, so how do you identify, how can you just trade this one in two ways? Okay, so there are two entries that you can actually enter into the double top and the double bottom over here, and the first one is actually when you are coming to identify like this level over here. Okay, so for example, this level has just been formed, the same level you can see around this area here. Let me show you here, around like this one, you can see a level like this. So how are you going to determine whether the market is actually just going to reverse? Because actually identifying this one here is very tricky. This one is tricky to identify compared to what we're just going to be talking about over here. Now, when it comes to this, when it comes to double top over here, actually if you just want to trend around this area, there are some things that you actually be checking on the market. There are some things that you're just going to be checking on the market. Let me just draw again so that you can see. So we have the market moving this way, okay, and then moves this way, okay, and then the market moves this way, okay. And when the market is actually over here, someone over here want to trend around this region, okay. This is now the region someone want to trend, and now you are predicting the market is actually going to go down this way. So before even you just continue that, because this already are forming M, that is lots of things that you just be considering over here. What are you going to be checking over here before that? Because this is how you don't actually trend the double top or bottom on the bottom like this. I'm just going to show you the right way and the perfect way you can just trend it over here. But assume you just want to enter into this region, what are you going to be looking over here? Over here, what I'm just be looking over here is to see what is just going to be formed over here. Yes, I have identified this pattern over here, but first of all, I'll have to use at least one of two indicators to confirm and to have a place of confluence where at least you can have two proofs that the market is just going to reverse. Okay, I'm just saying this, maybe you can just apply. For example, there are some people who will just want to use something like RSI, that is relative strength index. For example, if over here, if the market actually will just be overbought, that is above 70. Yes, so if it just be above 70 over here, above RSI of a relative strength index over there, then this time that the market is actually, it is forming this one, and then I can just be maybe get the market actually just going down over here. The other thing is where we just get a little accumulation over here, and you have to know that there's something going to happen over here. The last thing that you check is what we call the candlesticks pattern. Candlestick pattern CP. Okay, you just check on the candlesticks pattern over here. For example, there are different candlesticks that can just be formed around this region, because this region is very important to us. Okay, it's not a specific point, but actually a small region that you just have to draw a price range across this area. Now you can be checking on the candlesticks pattern that is just been formed over here. For example, you can just get maybe here, let me just draw here so that you can see. You can get a candlestick maybe that is formed, a candlestick like this, you know. This is what we call the gravestone. The gravestone, this is a doji. Okay, it just formed at the top. Maybe when we expect the market actually to just reverse back, that is one of the things that you can just be checking over there. There are lots of candlesticks that you can just formed over here. Or maybe after this, a very engulfing candle, a candle, you see the previous candle that was formed, actually let's say it was green. This candle was green here, but the other candle is just formed a very big candle going downward over here, engulfing one. So it means it overpowers the previous one. So this big one over here, engulfing candle, just show us that there is a potential for the sellers are taking over from the market, and that is when you just know that I'm going to enter at that level. Number two, or way of trending this is this one. Let me just show you. It's very interesting over here. Is trending what we call trending below the neckline. So I'm just going to be giving example of this. So let me just draw this so that you can see this faster. So the market was this way. So we are first of all talking about the this one, that's double top first. So assume the market was this way. It forms double top over here, and then the market actually does this. So when you draw your trend lines around this region, you see something like this. So this is what we call the neckline. Okay, the neckline here. So for the most traders, what they just do is that when the price actually crosses this region over here, below this neckline over here, then that is when you enter a very big sale over here, because you have identified a neckline around this region and you're just going to be selling from the market around this. I'm just going to giving you the example, and then I'll just give you the signal for this so that you can just know where the market will just be ending, and maybe after once you'll just come in to tell me whether it just work or not. So this is what we just be seeing. So you when you just enter a very long buy over here, so you can put maybe your stop loss somewhere there, and then you can have your entry around this region, and then you can just have your TP being big to this point over here. Okay, so that is what we are just going to be having over here. You're going to be knowing the market is actually going to go down around this area, this being the neckline. Now talking about that one, and just give you example. Let me just give you example. The example what I'm just talking about over here is this. Let me show you this one. Okay, so you can see actually this is it. Okay, this is it. So as you can see right over here, we have two examples here. So we have this. So this is the double top over here that was formed across that region, and you can see this is what we call the neckline point. And the moment actually the market broke this region, it just went the same distance that is walked from the top over here to here. So you can see the distance between this is going to go drop the same distance as that before maybe the market start reversing back. That is the first thing that you just have to know, how to trade double top and double bottom. The same thing actually happens during the double bottom over here. The same thing that can just happen over here. You just have to do opposite of what we have done in the double top. But let's just touch on that. But I hope you can just see the distance between here and here actually will just be the same. So when the market actually approaches this region, then you are just going to know I'm going to be entering a sale. Let me just give you another example. Maybe it's just going to enlighten you more on this. It's just going to be very interesting when you just maybe see another example. So let's just talk about where the market actually will just be forming what we call the double bottom. When you just go, let me just give you this. So when we talk about the double bottom over here, actually, you know, we drew it. It was something like W, where the market, and this actually where we have this over here, this is where we have what, this is where we get the neckline. So our neckline is at this point. So the moment the market breaks this, is going to go up, and the distance between here and this point and this point, they are going to be the same. So that is what you can see, distance between here and distance that will just be moving over here, they are probably going to be the same. Okay, so that is what you just have to know about the double bottom and the double top. If you just love this video, let me just give you an example of that so that we can just see the signal of this. Okay, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. So this is euro to JPY, euro JPY over here. So I'm going to play this because you can see the market is around this area over here. So assume the market just moves like this and that way. So the moment market actually just move this way, and you see something like that, what you can see over here, the market has not formed a very perfect top over here, but we have at least this region over here. So even that the shadow is just involved over here, so we have there the market actually just moves like this. So after the market actually just moved like this, you can see we have something that has been formed over here. Let me just draw so that you can see, and this is what let me draw so that you can see. No hurry. Okay, so this is this, you can see this is what, just see for yourself. So where do you think this market is just going? In case the market reaches around this region, then we are going to be having where the market actually will now start going down from this place, and this is going to be our entry point. This is going to be our entry point. Okay, not that. Yes, so this is going to be our entry point around this area, around this region over here, in case the market actually sells around this area. Okay, so that is what we'll just see of here. But if you just wanted to actually to enter around this region, you just consider the things I just sent in this video, that is to check the pattern that has just been formed over here. You can use the indicators that's like RSI to know where the market, whether it is overbought or, you know, something that's like this. Let's see whether this market actually was just overbought around this area. Maybe to have a good entry, relative strength index. I'm going to go even to 4-hour time frame now. I want to see whether when this market actually just reached around this region, whether it was overbought. Okay, okay. And as you can see, actually when this market reached around this area, actually it was just overbought over here. We have this point. So that is one proof. The other proofs, you just use your indicators over here, price action, and then you can just know where the market is just going to go down, continue going down, or continue going up like that. And that is where we have a double bottom over there. So you can trend in two ways, something like that. So I'll be waiting to see whether the market is just going to be crossing around that is 146, and then I can just enter another sell because I know it's just going to cross the neckline point over there. If you love this video, make sure to subscribe. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. I'll see you next time. Adios.